last 2 days in Trump's America have seen crackdowns on dissent, attacks on science, and aggression towards US allies. So here are the top 10 things that have happened since Wednesday. Firstly, let's talk about suppressing dissent. So last month, Trump designated Antifa, which is a loosely organised anti-fascist movement, as a terrorist organisation. And on Wednesday, the White House held what it called an Antifa roundtable. Now, instead of law enforcement or community leaders, Trump invited right-wing influencers to publicly share their grievances. And this included Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem comparing Antifa to notorious gang MS-13 and to Lebanese terrorist group Hezbollah, and she even compared them to ISIS. And Trump himself promised to take very threatening steps against supposed Antifa activists, and he actually asked people to send him names. So this is a good time to say that in 2024, the Department of Justice published a study into political violence in America, and they concluded that far-right extremism outpaced all other types of violent extremism. And last week, the Department of Justice actually removed that study from its website without explanation. More reports said that behind the scenes, officials are seriously discussing invoking the Insurrection Act, which is a law that would let Trump deploy the military inside the United States. Now, that's what people have been scared of. It's not imminent, but they're talking about it more and more. Moving on to science, Deputy Health Secretary Jim O'Neill suggested replacing the combined MMR vaccine with separate single-dose vaccines for measles, mumps and rubella. Now, this may not sound bad, but it is bad, and this is why it matters, because firstly, a series of single shots is actually less effective than a single combined shot. It also means more trips to the clinic, and that inevitably reduces uptake as people miss visits and so on. And finally, and the most importantly, there isn't even a single vaccine licensed in the US right now, so that would take years. So basically, this is really dangerous misinformation coming from the centre of government. And speaking of which, Health Secretary RFK Jr. was out today promoting a false link between circumcision, Tylenol use, and autism. And these are claims that scientists have already repeatedly debunked. So moving on to climate change, today the Trump administration cancelled an absolutely massive solar energy project in Nevada. And not only is the US reversing its renewable energy project, it's also trying to drag the rest of the world down with it, as apparently the US has threatened the EU trade talks unless Europe also rolls back its green regulations. And finally, the Nobel Peace Prize Committee awarded the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. And the committee said, when authoritarians seize power, it is crucial to recognize courageous defenders of freedom who rise and resist. Needless to say, Trump is furious, and various senior Republicans have publicly attacked the committee today. My view is that the committee got it bang on. So for all these actions and more with accompanying news links, go to trumpactiontracker.info.